Let's now understand scientific theories involved in case of respiration. There are lots of theories involved, but we'll be dealing only with three of those, which are very significant. First is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Second is of diffusion. And third is of surface area theory. Let's understand its application. Now let's understand the process. Inlet and outlet of the process. Nostrils passes in and then through trachea. Trachea bifurcates into two lungs, right? Both the lungs, and these trachea ends into air sacs known as alveoli. Alright, there are lots of such alveoli, air sac. Now more interesting is the walls of these air sacs, that is alveoli, are made up of very thin squamous epithelial cells. And these are again intertwined with capillaries as shown in figure. Blood capillaries. Alright, because the exchange of gases has to be with blood and gases in alveoli, right? So the blood capillaries walls are also made up of very thin squamous epithelial cells. So squamous epithelial cells of capillary and alveoli acts as semi-permeable membrane for gases or diffusion to occur. Now let's try and understand a bit in depth. In terms of Dalton's law of partial pressure, total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressure of all gases. Now if we talk in terms of blood capillary, that's partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, partial pressure of volatile organic compounds. What are these volatile organic compounds? Volatile organic compounds are whatever you have digested. Now certain gases are generated out of it, which are also passed on to blood. Alright, via intestine. Alright, so that is volatile organic compounds. Now if we check out total pressure of alveoli, alveoli would be having partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and partial pressure of other gases too. Alright, now if we check out, so this is about Dalton's law of partial pressure. Now if we check out diffusion theory, partial pressure of oxygen that is there in capillary is 40 mm of mercury, whereas partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli, lungs, alright, is 104 millimeter of mercury. Obviously, oxygen from here would force in via membrane. I talked about squamous epithelial cell of both capillary as well as alveoli would pass through the membrane and come into capillary, that is into blood. Alright. Whereas if we check out carbon dioxide in blood is 45 mm mercury pressure, whereas in alveoli it is 40 mm of mercury. So obviously from here carbon dioxide would diffuse to alveoli and thus would be thrown out of nostril while exhaling. So, the blood gets oxygenated. One of the most significant process of biological system is done by these three processes. Which three? Dalton's partial pressure theory, surface area theory, and diffusion theory. Right? Would be in with more of such scientific theories applicable to biological system. Keep viewing.